Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go.
Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Diddy Files. I've got the amazing prediction deck on the table and I am just following the tentacles of everyone. This time, cards, I'm reading about Ashton Kutcher because on my last True Crime Tarot, I think a couple of weeks ago, we went back as far to Kim Porter, and for some unknown reason, while I was doing that reading, and I think I said it anyway, that I may do a reading on Brittany Murphy. So, of course, that will be leading to this one, and Brittany Murphy is going to be Wednesday's True Crime Tarot, which is going to be interesting to say the very least. So this one here, cards, we're just reading about Ashton because we know that he's had a very, very long public friendship with Diddy, especially with the white parties. He was there with the glasses that ironically Harry had at one stage on around about the same time, something about those glasses, right? Yeah, anyway, what we're doing is we're looking into Ashton and what kind of, what does the future hold for him because of his association with Diddy. Now, sorry about that, I was sneezing. And change the season. All right, okay, so, his wife now, I do believe, was like about her age to get on that 70s show. I think she was about 14, so we don't even want to go there. I don't know if he had a relationship with her or not then. To be fair, I don't even think that he would have known. I don't think she came clean until she had to. Oh, dear. All right. Moon, no, unclear, fake news, and experiment test. That says a lot, doesn't it? I wonder if he was one of those white crash test dummies that, P. Diddy used to say, look at the white boys all the time. I mean, that's, yeah, wow. Anyway, now, I know in 2001 and 2002, Ashton seems to be a little bit of a bad luck with ex-girlfriends. He's had 2 ex-girlfriends die under, weird circumstances. I'm not saying that he's involved in any of it, but yeah, there's some sort of tentacle here that just, mysterious. So let's just find out, cards. Let's just find out what's in store for Ashton. What is in store for Ashton Kutcher because of his association with P. Diddy? Coerce and manipulate. Consequence damage done. Control puppet. Volcano. Mountains. An explosive situation. Wow. Well, I think we're looking at guilty by association here. The control puppet is definitely, who was the master manipulator, right? Who was the one that had control over everything? This is exactly what I was thinking and I was guessing, but now the cards have verified it, allegedly. And he was definitely manipulated into this. I do believe it goes back a very, very long time, something to do with some sort of training at college or something. Their association is consequence damage done. Well, yeah, I mean, I wonder who got punked, right, Ashton? Allegedly? Who got punked? Because, everything's just exploding. Just explosive situation with the volcano, just wow. I mean, that's a classic example of a tower moment, I do believe that on a blind, he's saying that he's trying to create his own PR, because of things and the associations of the parties. I'll drop that down so you guys can have a look at it anyway. But I'm not too sure how much that's going to help him, especially with his BFF also in Scientology that's now doing a long term inside. You've got tornado winds here, you've got uprooted, taken out, and commercial airline. Okay. I wonder if he had something to do with going in his Diddy's jet a lot. I wonder if he travelled a lot. To what point, to what kind of association has Mr. Kutcher got himself into here? Being coerced, according to the cards, being a puppet, according to the cards. But, it's a whirlwind, absolute whirlwind. Sorry about that, that's the door. I think he was taken out of the equation. I think he was disassociating himself, maybe, uprooted here literally, maybe because of how things were going. I do believe that these parties were getting worse over time. I don't know when he decided he was going to keep a distance. It would insinuate that there was definitely some sort of manipulation happening, but it seems that maybe just the travelling on the plane, so to speak, may have been just a little bit too much for him with this uprooted, taken out, military action, AI tech, society collapse, and join forces. Okay, that makes a lot of sense now. I was wondering if Miller was going to come up. Yes, absolutely. Somewhere down the track, he may have been in contact with someone that was doing a lot of the recording, that was manipulating a lot of things. I do believe that he joined forces, we can say again, but I'm not giving anyone any credit at all. But to be fair, like I said, if it is again, then she lied about the age, and they are married, and like there's no harm, right? So I don't think there's any problems with that. I think once he did join forces with Miller, despite the fact technically his society collapsed around him, he may have been warned. Now this military action, and it was just before this, the airline, and then there's AI here as well. I really do think that he may have been given the heads up, because when you go back to here, uprooted, just maybe someone gave him the foresight, because I do know that with his punked, which I never liked, he was close with a lot of other associates. So he probably did get away with things, being associated with his first wife, or second, I don't know how many times, well, Demi anyway. That was all the party scene, and she's from the original Rat Pack anyway. So I'm thinking he's still heavily involved there. But just somehow through association, I'm getting, I don't know, maybe the light came on, maybe this, as Diddy used to call anyone that wasn't his colour, the white boy, the light came on, like I said, and all of a sudden he's going, oh, okay, I actually probably need to get out of here, even though from the get-go I was manipulated and I had been controlled. And it was fun. It was all fun and games, until someone gets hurt, literally, allegedly. And that's a saying, and it was a whirlwind experience, and it was probably every boy's dream at the time. But, I really do think that he got the heads up from someone. I don't know if it was some sort of drone or whatever, but when he joined forces with someone younger, this is around about the same age and younger, so I'm not talking Demi here, I'm talking Millie. I think he had the foresight to get away from the corrupt dealings, allegedly. Some sort of food shortage here. Politicians, government. Oh, okay. I wonder if I'm not too sure how involved in politicians he is, but to have something controlled with the controlled narrative and tsunami rising water. I wonder if someone from some sort of political side has actually given him the heads up, especially through the military, to say, you all need to back out now because what you're in is larger than you yourself, kind of thing, allegedly, entertainment purposes only, because of all the corrupt dealings. The food shortage to me, but the fact that you've got the levels here, like I said, trying to level things up with the scales, I would say that, again, being cut off, being uprooted, that would be a controlled narrative. That would also be referring to, he's gone down on the food chain where he was quite up there, but it's not anymore. And he's trying to, do some sort of PR because he knows that if something does come up, it's not going to look too favourable. And I would think he's just keeping his head above water. This to me, the energies I'm getting, it's a tsunami effect. It's like a wave of, all of a sudden everything's just all these celebrities and politicians and so forth. There's no actual names except for maybe one or two, but they're all being caught up in this, in literally tidal wave, this tsunami that's actually happening. And when that wave comes crashing down, it's going to be literally the tower moment, which is an explosive situation. I think this is verification from the blind. I really do. It does make a lot of sense that he's got to control something. Very interesting here with politician and government. Very interesting. I wonder if he's got something on, some politician. I mean, if you look at the times, I know that there were politicians going to those parties, but to what extent, like did they go or did they stay? Let's just keep going because we're looking into the future of Ashton Kutcher. Spreading, mutating, tension escalates, big news, cyber attack, and drone strike. Well, it's definitely tension. There's definitely things that are spreading. I mean, you've only got to go and onto YouTube and find out, every day there's another case, there's another story being told from, whistleblowers. We could call them whistleblowers, I guess, people that were inside and have had or are victims, allegedly. It is big news. I mean, drone strike and cyber attack. He may have been hacked somehow. Maybe that's where he got the heads up. Going back from this one here, an AI. He may have been attacked or hacked and had a reality check. Basically, it is a bit of a worry. Especially with the kind of information that he would know. I'm just going to go a little bit deeper. Okay. Rescue revived. Business tycoon. Mosquito airborne. Darkness outage and planned outcome. Well, he's got a plan. He's got a plan on what may happen. I was kind of looking more for, well, you've got the commercial airline here, and if I wasn't getting the energies of he was going to take off. There's other cards in this deck that I know that give me stronger energies than that. However, at the end of the day, you do have commercial airline here. He he may take off. There has been a lot of rumours around that they are taken off, or they have. I don't think they have. I know that they pap themselves a lot through Backgrid. I don't think that they have taken off yet, but that's not to say that they don't end up airborne, especially because they have, and I'm saying they because he's got kids, young kids, and Miller now. It's got a family of his own. He is a business tycoon. I know that he had to be rescued and revived, especially after some charity that was involved in children, and I won't go into that because that was pretty horrific, so he had to resign from there. I think personally with the drone attack and the AI and controlled narrative and everything, I think a lot of damage has been done through the airwaves with him. It's not looking good. It's not looking good for him either. I think he probably does need to still lay low. I think he learnt his mistake by well, he thought, I think it was secretly, or didn't think that anything was going to come out when he endorsed his mate that from Scientology. I think he's learned, even though at his age group it's a bit late, I think he has learned to not do a great lot, go into damage control, and sit out, and maybe even this guy's looking up here, this guy here, is sitting out this darkness kind of thing, and just let it all happen in the air, just let all the buzzing and everything go around, and see who gets bitten and who doesn't, from what's going to be disclosed and whether it's public. I'm pretty sure that's probably where he's going to go. It's again, it really doesn't look like it's a good outcome, but it does appear that he's got a plan B. I'll just do it one more time because I'm still not convinced. Classified knowledge, floods, heavy rain, energy weapon, submarine water, and worldwide earth. He's surrounded by emotions at the moment. He's just waiting for something to literally go bang, this explosive situation. It's going to be some sort of energy, like I said, with the tidal wave. He's definitely basically gone to ground with the darkness outage. I think he was extremely involved in AI. I do vaguely remember him having some sort of company, some sort of AI company that could have revived him, but it was a controlled thing. He controlled it, and I think he didn't realize just how much, supporting his mate would cost him. He's learnt now from that. Maybe that was a trial lesson to him, with classified knowledge that he knows. There's a saying, if it doesn't rain, it pours, kind of thing, right? And I think with his Scientology mate going in, with him and the mistakes that he made then, he soon learnt that that was some sort of, weapon that could be against him in the future. And look what we have now. We have the Diddy files. There's a lot of cards here. At the moment, what the energies I'm getting, he's all over the place. He doesn't actually know exactly what he's going to do at the moment. He's biding time. He's trying to keep his head above water, but he's basically sinking at the moment like a submarine. His PR is not doing very, very good at all. I don't know if we've heard anything from the American side of things, but he's definitely not. He's like, has been. You can say he's a has been. He's everyone's aware of the situation. I mean, he started off, like I said, with two really, really weird, girlfriends, that weird circumstances around two girlfriends within about 12 months of each other. Big association, large, very public association with PD. He went on his own. He started doing things. He was involved in AI, met up again with Miller. Yeah, I'm skipping over Demi because that was technically all the party side, which we're covering anyway. he's all over the place. Like how he's led his life to date, he's still all over the place. He's extremely emotional. He's trying to stop things, but he does have classified information. He also has some sort of strong contact, whether it's a politician or in military or something like that. He has some sort of strong contact that has kept his head above water for now. But it really does depend on what's going to come out when that tsunami wave hits the earth, basically. Interesting reading, isn't it? All over the place, and that's what he's like. That's his energies. This is probably the first time I've actually read on him when it's going into a deep dive. I did do one reading when he brought out that, which was one of my first readings on the channel, when he brought out that that statement for his mate, and I was horrified. It's like someone's in denial. They don't understand. They're not reading the room or whatever. They shouldn't have never said anything. So then they had to do a Johnny and Amber Heard apology, which was just deja vu to me. So sadly, I think this one takes a leap before he thinks. And like I said, this is why there's so many cards. He's all over the place. He's just waiting. He's trying to control the narrative, but it's bigger than him. It's actually bigger than him, this one. And he was coerced. He was a master manipulator, but at the end of the time, he was having fun too. Allegedly entertainment purposes only. So to what extent, we don't know. The prediction is uncertain. His future is uncertain. It's not looking good, but it's uncertain at the moment. And that's the best. It won't matter how many more cards I pull out. That's the best I can do at the moment. So I'm going to have to flag this one. I had a feeling that his life was very, very complicated from the get-go. There's a lot of strings. There's a lot of bows on his line that I can see. And it's not just this one. There's other things as well, as we've seen in the past. So once he's joined forces, I think that's probably the best thing he did do with Miller. But I think the past is going to come up and catch up with him eventually. And it's extremely uncertain. His future at this stage is uncertain. So we'll leave it at that. And thank you very, very much. Because these cards are quite obvious, let me know if you got any other sort of messages that I may have not picked up, because I do channel certain cards and, people get different energy. So by all means, let me know what you think. And I hope to see you next week for another Diddy file. Please like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.